Today's movie is about a case of sexual harassment in the United States, where a woman suffered a variety of abuse while working as an access minor, and won a landmark lawsuit in 1984. Josie is waiting by the Christmas tree alone in the house with her younger daughter and her son. Her spouse arrives by car. Then, after he has battered her, we see her lying covered in blood. When that happens, she doesn't waste any time loading the kids and herself into her pickup truck and never returning. They relocate to her parents' house in northern Minnesota. But when her father catches a glimpse of her face, he has to inquire whether her husband discovered her with another guy. Even though her husband is violent, she is briefly employed washing hair in a nearby salon. One day she meets an old friend named Glory, who tells her that there is some well-paying employment available for women at the iron mines. Josie understands that applying and working there won't sit well with her father since he already works there. Glory tells her that she would be earning the same amount as he does. She realizes she doesn't have many options, that the iron mine work pays 6 times what she makes washing hair, that she has children to support, and that she can't continue to live with her parents. She then goes to apply. Naturally, they must do a pelvic check to establish that she is not pregnant before they can recruit her. After applying for the job, she and the kids move in with Glory and her husband. She and the other women are then shown at their orientation. Her boss makes it clear that he disapproves of women performing the sort of work they are employed. And he provides a straightforward response to the issue of why he hired them in the first place under that scenario. He makes it clear to them that, whether he likes it or not, the Supreme Court has ordered the firm to recruit women. The shift leader is presented to the women when they begin working, and it is apparent that he is eager to abuse and harass them sexually. And when Josie sees his face, she recognizes Bobby Sharp as her ex-boyfriend from high school. She also recalls a former instructor who witnessed the two of them while they were together. When the ladies begin working, they discover their names inscribed on the walls alongside images and foul language. The men threaten them and use bad language. Additionally, they find nasty surprises in their lockers and lunchboxes. Josie visits the boss to discuss the deplorable working conditions. But he makes it quite apparent to her that nobody wants her there and nothing will change. Josie discovers she is generating enough money to obtain a mortgage, purchase a home, and provide her children all they need and require. The business faces a challenge in providing porta-johns for women. Glory reveals to management that women take longer than males to use the restroom since they have to take off their overalls and cannot just whip it out quickly. And as soon as a female-only porta-potty is available, a worker named Sherry uses it. Before she enters, the guys gather, and they encircle it and tilt it back and forth as she enters. They then tip it over while she is inside. She is injured and severely traumatized as the dirt floods everywhere. At that point, Josie is prepared to go to any lengths, even if it means skipping work to travel into the city and see the business's owner, Mr. Pearson, in a formal setting. He promises to assist her by making arrangements for her prompt resignation, but she claims that she has no plans to give up. After hearing that, Pearson concludes that she should focus more on improving her work performance and less on causing trouble among her married male and female co-workers. She is accused of these things by more than just the firm. But stories are spreading around the community that put her in the negative in front of her children, parents, friends, and co-workers. Her kid calls her a whore and treats her with disdain, and he has no choice but to react to what he learns about his mother. One day, things at work spiral out of control. All the women are asked to clean up a giant, nasty mess on the wall resembling excrement. And Bobby gives Josie a call to do a task for him, and he takes her to a secret location with him, where he assaults her. She makes her resignation announcement at that point. She seeks out a lawyer she has known via her acquaintances. She informs him that she intends to accuse the business of sexual harassment. She hears him tell her he doesn't want to become involved. He doesn't disagree with anything she says, but he cautions her that she would be humiliated in court and that their chances of success are slim. Later on, though, he changes his mind and asks if she can gather the other ladies to back up her claim so they may bring a class action lawsuit. No one initially wants to assist her. Glory refuses to help her and tells Josie to leave her alone because she is now in the hospital, suffering from Lou Gehrig's disease. Sherry then asks Josie, what if they lose? Before Josie responds, she will have to confront them again, knowing they may act however they choose without being caught. The others come to the same conclusion, concluding that because Josie is no longer required to work there, it is simple for her to cause trouble. However, Josie attends a town meeting with her attorney one evening. Even though they are alone, Josie and her attorney begin the court proceeding. Her former co-workers, who had been requested to submit affidavits stating that she was lying, are all in the courtroom. All the guys are arguing about the unfounded accusation she brought against Bobby. None of the ladies, who are also present, are disputing. But Josie insists on being allowed to speak. Upon hearing how these people are degrading his daughter, lo and behold, her father stands up for her. He then stands up and declares that, despite having spent his whole career working with them, he is ashamed of them and incredibly proud of his daughter. Pearson has retained a female attorney who isn't afraid to tear Josie to pieces, interrogating her about her sexual past and the fact that no one else agrees with what she claims occurs in the mine. However, Pearson has been discreetly forewarned by the attorney that he could lose his case. No one speaks out for the majority of the trial but Josie. Her former instructor, who she is said to have had a sexual encounter with when she was 16 years old, has even been summoned by the attorney. She understands that Bobby Sharp, a former student who was there when the instructor raped her, is the only person who saw her interactions with the teacher. Bobby did nothing despite being aware of what had transpired. He continues to say that she wasn't sexually assaulted, and she decided to become intimate with the teacher. Josie's father abruptly gets to his feet and starts to hit the instructor for raping his daughter. As a result of his outburst, he is expelled from the courtroom. Bobby is ultimately forced by Josie's attorney to acknowledge that he saw Josie being raped and fled because he was too terrified to defend her. Then Josie's attorney says that a brave person stands up for what is right, even if alone, as was Josie. Glory then abruptly gestures from her wheelchair in the courtroom's rear row that she supports Josie. Josie's attorney reminds the judge that just 3 plaintiffs must bring a class action, and they currently have 2. That's when Sherry gets up, and the woman next to her stands. Then, many people, including Josie's parents and men and women from the mines, are standing throughout the courtroom. We then watch her life getting back on course. Her adolescent son, who enjoys playing hockey with her attorney, wants his wealthy mother to purchase him a vehicle. She explains to him that he is too young to be a driver. However, she decides to teach him to drive while driving him home. It appears that she is now leading a respectable and decent life. Thanks for watching. For more content, please subscribe to the channel.